If I told you that most of your problems come from you, your own self, in your own head, and that is the reason you're not getting what you want out of life, your reaction is probably something along the lines of you get upset, you're angry, you don't want to believe it. It's always outwards. Oh, my problems are outwards. It's my parents, it's my life, it's this situation, it's that situation. It's these uncontrollable factors that I am a victim of. And that's completely backwards. I make these videos, one, to help you guys, but two, based off of the DMs that I receive. I don't just make up a video and think, oh, this is what the people need to hear to help them. So a lot of the DMs that I get, it's not a business problem. It's not doing any sort of work or tactics or intelligence even. You are in your own way. You're causing your own problems to happen. You're being irresponsible when you could just simply choose to do the right thing, but instead you're choosing to be irresponsible. You're acting like a little kid and then all these problems arise. So in today's video, I want to tell you how to get out of your own way, because if you're not raised the right way, you're not raised with the right indoctrination, the right mental programming, the right mental models, the belief system, you're living completely wrong. You probably want to become wealthy, you want to become successful. And the easiest way to do that is not competing with other people. It's not, oh, I have to beat that guy. You have to beat yourself. And the second that you can, and the second that you can master your own mind and your own habits and your own impulses and desires, that's the second you become powerful and you can actually go accomplish what you want. Now, I sound like a broken record coming back to this every time I make one of these videos. It's habits. What are the habits that you have in your daily life? And I'm not this like morning routine biohacking person. I wake up, I drink electrolytes, black coffee and a chalky croissant on my balcony. I get sun, and then I'm like, okay, time to work. That's the extent of my morning routine, and then I get work out in the evening. The most important thing is I don't have habits that detract from my success. It's really not about what you do, it's what you don't do. This is one of the biggest lessons that I learned in becoming successful and just becoming a well-rounded person that's in control of myself, is subtraction actually adds more than addition does, which for the first time in your life sounds backwards. But take this example, right? Who is better suited to get work done? Is it somebody that is jerking off all day, they're eating junk food, they're addicted to dopamine, they're watching Netflix, they're playing video games all day, they just have bad habits, they're not working out? Those are all habits that are added on to your state of being when you're born. You're born with no habits. You add on habits over time. Or the guy that does none of those things and just simply exists and does the work. Obviously, the second option. Does he add anything? No, he's not adding any sort of like routines or habits or whatever, but he is going to be much better suited to get work done and to actually accomplish things than person A, who has all these bad habits. So subtraction is actually addition in the sense of habits. And obviously you can add habits of working out, doing the right thing, reading, meditate if you want to meditate. I don't really even do that. I simply fight, lift, eat healthy, and work. That's the extent of my like biohacking. But I don't have habits that are detracting from my success every day, which is the most important part. Thinking is a skill in the same way of like, oh, I'm good at sales because I have this sales process and I walk people through this call. This is my strategy. This is the mental model of sales. In the same manner, you need to have the right mental models as a human being. We're not taught this. You have to self-learn this, which is crazy. But an easy way to do that is books. And I'm not like this giant book person, but books do have good wisdom. Like The Art of War. This is a strategy, philosophy book. It's literally on war. Business is war, life is war. It's very applicable. This is an example of a mental model. This mental model is strategy. For example, attack where your enemy is weak, disguise things, lay traps, act a certain way to get another way. These are mental models. And when I say the right mental models, for example, principles, things that have stood the test of time, like how you do one thing is how you do everything. It's a saying, but that is a mental model. Okay, how I do this little thing is how I do everything. It's very applicable. If I'm cheating myself here, I'm probably going to cheat there. It's just how things work in this world. It is the laws of nature. That is a mental model. And then we have something like the war of art. So we have the art of war, and then we have the war of art. This is like internal mental battles with your own creativity. I'm a big fan of Psychology, Influence by Robert Cialdini. Really, really, really good book, because if you understand psychology of others, you can do it to yourself. Those are the right mental models, right? How do I manipulate other people? How do I manipulate myself? It's the same thing. How to Win Friends and Influence People. This is a very, very, very good book. It's one of the first books I read when I was like 18, changed my life. But this is how to get what you want out of every social interaction you've ever had, how to treat people the right way. Do you not think that these mental models would be applicable to yourself? And then obviously to the outward world. And then obviously something like Atomic Habits, back to habits that we talked about earlier. How do you build the right systems that you live through today that don't hurt you, they actually help you. And that's literally the most important thing, because business is hard enough, life is hard enough, and if you are battling yourself, it just makes it impossible. You have to win the battle of yourself first before you can then go wage war against others. And the next thing I want to talk about is beliefs. So you have the habits in place, right? You're not hurting yourself, basically. You're not hurting your chances of success. Then you have the right mental models. You think clearly. You think in the right capacity, the right strategy, the right analogies, the right metaphors, the right examples of what lens to look through the world with. The next thing is beliefs. And I don't care how woo-woo, oh, this is like hippie shit. Guys, I'm telling you, I am the most skeptical person about most things. The law of attraction stuff is 100% real. How to Think and Grow Rich, like reality surfing, like quantum physics, quantum mechanics is real. It's very, very, very real. CIA has published papers and declassified documents on, I'm not gonna go down the rabbit hole, but there's this thing called remote viewing where you can literally, with the power of the mind, put your mind somewhere else on the earth and view it as if you were in the room. Now, I don't know if you want to believe that or not. That's not my point. My point being is that your brain and your mind and your soul are all interconnected, and they are so, 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 so powerful that if you believe things the right way, you have the right belief system, and you're not pessimistic in the sense of, oh, I could never become a millionaire. That's for rich people. I'm not rich. Fuck that. You have to think in the way that you want to be. You have to act as if you are already that thing. When I was 18 years old, obviously I read all these books. When I was 18, I'm driving down Country Road in Piketon, Ohio in my $500 Chevy Cavalier, and I was visualizing driving a Lamborghini. Every day I would come out of this, there's this like 4-way intersection, and I would drive through and I would turn to go to school, and I would visualize stepping on the gas, I'm in a Lamborghini. I don't have paddle shifters in a Cavalier, but I was picturing banging through paddle shifters. And do I have a Lamborghini? No, because kind of a scammer car in Miami, but I got a G-Wagon. I had the C8. I'm about to buy another crazy car. Like, I got the things that I wanted because I visualized it 5 years ago, and now they're all real. For example, another one, my friend Iman. I saw Iman when I was 18 on YouTube. I was in English class. I was watching a YouTube video, and I literally saw this video, and I thought, it just popped in my head, I'm going to be at this level one day. Because at the time, obviously he had like 4 or 5 years of business experience on top of me. I didn't start till I was 19. I started when I was like 14. But I saw this video and I was like, I'm gonna do that. Not only am I gonna do that, we're gonna be best friends. That guy's gonna be like a brother to me, because I resonated with his stuff, and I was just like, it was a desire of my brain and of my soul to, one, live like that, be able to take care of my mom as well, and then be friends with him. Same with my friend Sebastian. I saw him on YouTube. It's like, I'm gonna become friends with that guy. And you know what magically happened? Iman DMs me on Twitter in 2021. We're now really, really, really good friends, and we're now working together on business stuff. That's crazy. Like, that is absolutely crazy. There is no reason that I should be in that capacity. Seb went on a snowboarding trip with him in January for his birthday. Like, I absolutely love that guy. He's like a brother to me. No reason that should happen. How did I get in contact? I don't even remember. Like, I don't remember. It just happened. The universe just put us together. Like, that's how it works, okay? So when you see these big successes and you see these big wins from people and, oh, how is he friends with this guy? It's because the universe has a way of attracting and bringing together things that you put desire into. So if I put desire, like true, genuine desire into becoming wealthy, I'll become wealthy. If I put desire into becoming healthy and fit and being able to fight and all these things, it will happen. If I put desire into, I want to be friends with that guy, I genuinely, out of love, not out of I want something from them, it'll happen. Like, that's how the world works. It works on this weird quantum physics realm that we don't really understand, but we do know enough that I can tell you that it is 100% real. So you have to have your belief system dialed in. You have to believe in yourself. You have to believe that you will get where you want to be, and you have to visualize it and feel it every single day as if it was real. And I want to end this video with just how important this stuff is, guys. Like, tactics are easy. How to be an appointment setter, easy. How to close deals, easy. How to scale info product companies, easy. Not even the important part. I'm seriously trying to get this through your guys' head. That's not important at all. What is important is, are you battling yourself? Have you mastered the battle within your own head, within your own soul? Are you comfortable being yourself? Are you desiring what you want and you believe it? 100% you believe it, that you're going to get what you have? And then do you actually have the right mental models to think about things? Like, do you look at the world through the correct lens? Or are you a pessimist that thinks everything is bad, everything's out to get them, nothing works out for them, this life isn't for you? Those rich people and their yachts in Monaco. Guys, I just came back from Monaco. I spent a week in Monaco. We spent $100,000 on a villa. I was by the yachts. I was watching this freaking race, crazy stuff. At 24 years old, that if you would have shown me at 16, I wouldn't have believed it. But at 18, I did. And the reason it happened was because I 100% believed it. You could literally have held a gun to my head and been like, okay, lie detector test. Do you believe you're going to have these things? I 100% believed it. Like, I would literally die for the belief that I have in myself and what I want to accomplish and what I will accomplish. And you guys have to have that. The tactics, the business advice, the vehicles, the marketing, sales, all this stuff, it doesn't matter. What matters is the things that I've listed in this video. If you guys can absorb that, I'm telling you, just go get yourself some books. Go get some of these books. Go get the self-help books, and I'm telling you, it will change your life. And there is no better pursuit than trying to live the life that you dream of and making it come into fruition. So, hope you guys like this video. I'll see you next week. Peace.